Hi everyone, in today's video I'm going to give you a side-by-side comparison and an unboxing of the Cricut Joy Xtra. You'll get to see what they are that are different from each other and how they are similar. So the box comes super easy. It is quite a bit smaller than the Explorer and it's so easy to set up in comparison as well. There is no software. When you open the Cricut packet that comes with your machine, you'll notice all it has is a few pieces of paper because there is no software to upload. This is truly plug and play. You simply go to this website under Let's Get Started, cricut.com/setup, and that's all that's needed because this is connected by Bluetooth. It'll connect to your Windows PC, your Mac, an iPad, your phone, anything that is Bluetooth that they have their Cricut Design Space items on, you'll be able to get the software that way. These are all the items included. This particular machine also came with the fine point pen. You can get a trial membership if you don't already have Cricut access. And the bonus material I got in this one was a mini weeder tool came in my particular box. The instructions is super easy. It's only 4 pages. All the rest of the pages are in a foreign language. Again, there's no dials, nothing like that to have to set up to worry about pressure or anything. You do all of that digitally from the software itself. They do give you some handy samples to try out. This one here is the Smart Label Writable. They also give you, I think this one is the transfer tape for the black transfer. And then this is, I believe, iron-on. It's gold, double-sided, and then 2 sheets of black permanent removable vinyl. So with vinyl, it'll say permanent, but it's also removable. It's just one is more resistant to water than the other type of deal. So all of that came just right on the very top. So easy to unbox this. It's really not that heavy compared to, say, the Cricut Maker and the Cricut Explorer Air 2 that I've had for a long time. It's about 2 hand widths wide. It's almost a foot long. So that is about the amount of space you'll need for it. It does come with a pen, and then all the power adapters are below. Kind of reminds me of like a sewing machine, has the brick and then the little plug, as well as the one that goes to the wall. And this is the little mini weeder tool I was talking about. So cute. I think I'm actually going to pack this with my tiny Cricut Joy, the one that I take with me to go. Really, really cute. And I always check the very bottom just to be sure, but this one did not have anything in the very bottom. It comes covered in plastic just like the other Cricut Joy did, so I just peel that off. And then in the back, you'll want to take these blue pieces of tape and pull gently to get the styrofoam out. Now with this, since it's an electrical cord, I make sure not to kink the wires. So I stretch them out, and one thing you'll notice about this block, it's labeled Cricut Joy. So it's the exact same part number and the exact same power adapter as you would use for the regular Cricut Joy that you use here with the Cricut Joy Xtra. Again, there's no third prong, there's no ground. So I do plug my machines, the Cricut Joy Xtra and the Cricut Joy, I plug them into a surge protector because as soon as they're powered on, as soon as you plug them in, they are powered on. There is no on and off switch. Now the housing is the same for both the Cricut Joy and the Cricut Joy Xtra. Just depress this button and you can change out your blade very easily by using that. It does come with a pen. Again, to be noted, these Cricut Joy pens are specific to Cricut Joy. They're not the same as what you use in the Cricut Explorer Air or the Maker, and they will specifically say Cricut Joy. Now you'll notice that when I do put it into the little housing area, the adapter area, it kind of wiggles a little bit. It's supposed to. All you do is just gently set it in there, and then the clamp is what will seal it in place. So I've made this graphic for you. Feel free to pause where you can see the differences. The main thing is the length. It is 12.5 inches instead of 8.5, and it's almost twice the weight. It actually feels more than 6 pounds to me, but that's what the packaging said, so that's what I'll put here. So now I'll show you the size differences also between the accessories, and that made a big difference for me as well. So for the cards, you'll see you can only do up to 3 sizes on the original Cricut Joy. Whereas the Cricut Joy Xtra, you can do the 4 sizes, or really the unlimited sizes that you have with the larger mat that you're able to do on the Explorer Air and the Maker machines. So that's a nice thing. The card mat allows you to do those larger cards that you were not able to do originally on the Cricut Joy. So that is one big difference between the two, is the difference between the card map and what you'll be able to do. Like I'd mentioned before, the model number is the exact same between both of these, so I'm going to actually keep this one in my original Cricut Joy travel bag. That way I don't have to take it in and out. I can just switch this plug between these two machines if I'm using them at home. I love the size of the Cricut Joy mat, how tiny that is, so easy to carry with me anywhere. And this is the longer one. I do use that mainly for envelopes, so that's why I have the longer mats as well for my original Cricut Joy. I find the original Cricut Joy great for card making and envelope making, and that's why I'm keeping it. Whereas the Cricut Joy Xtra, I can do other features that I couldn't do. With this larger mat here, I can do a print and cut on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. They can also do up to an A4 sheet of paper. They also have the smart labels in that size, so you can really do a lot more print and cut because the original Cricut Joy does not have the print and cut feature. They will both write, so you can use smart labels on both, but they do not both have print and cut. Now, everything I bought originally for my Cricut Joy, I can also use in the Cricut Joy Xtra. So for example, those insert cards will fit both. Now you'll notice this smart stencil, it is measuring at 5.5 by 10 feet. So since it is smaller than both machines, I can use this material in both machines. Same thing goes for my smart iron-on. Say I just want to put a small name and iron it on a blanket or onto a shirt. Also the Cricut Joy foil transfer kit, the tool and the sheets work on both machines. It uses the exact same adapter, so you'll be able to use it on both. So that means also the foil transfer insert cards that were originally for the Cricut Joy, they can also be used on the Cricut Joy Xtra. So here's another smart label. This is for my original Cricut Joy, but I can use it on both. Again, the measurements are smaller, so I can use it on both machines. So nothing goes to waste. If you decide to get rid of your Cricut Joy, that's okay. You'll still be able to use all those materials that you originally bought for the Cricut Joy in the Cricut Joy Xtra. Now for me personally, I'm keeping both machines because I still love the portability and the small compact size. You'll notice here it's just about a little over 6 inches, whereas the Cricut Joy Xtra is about a foot long, and it does feel about twice the weight. So that's a huge difference for me personally in taking a machine in and out of the house. Also, since this one has a sensor in it for print and cut, I don't really want to move around my Cricut Joy Xtra as much as I would the Cricut Joy. Cricut Joy, a little bit sturdier, doesn't have that extra sensor, less sensitive, I guess I would say, so I could take it out to still get precise cuts, whereas Cricut Joy Xtra, You may have to calibrate it again if it gets bumped around too much in the move. So here's the size differences of the mats, the card mat, as well as the cutting mat, as well as the Smart Label materials. You'll see everything is about double the size. Just one more note to mention with these side by side like this, with these two machines together, they equal about the same length as the Cricut Explore Air 2 and the Cricut Maker. So that's the huge size difference between these machines and those machines. So I'll put the graphic here again so you can compare these two side by side to see if they work for you. If you love Cricut as much as I do, please give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next one.